You're such an idiot. I imagine you never thought that would actually be a compliment and something you should be as a leader. Welcome to the channel Leadership with Mike. On this channel, I help new managers become better leaders, and I do that with no nonsense sense. If that makes sense. And I'm hoping it makes sense, just like it makes sense to be the idiot in the room. Now, this is not my concept. This is not my idea, and I'm not calling you an idiot. I'm simply regurgitating a cool little idea that Sinek had on one of his videos, where he said, you will best serve your team if you are the idiot in the room. Why would that be good for your career? If you are the idiot in the room, you're not afraid to ask questions. You're not afraid to not know everything. It's weird how people will get together and you can have somebody spewing off all this data. What if it means nothing to you? As a leader, I'm going to ask you honestly, as a leader, do you think that you should sit there pretending to understand? Oh, yes, that makes sense. Or do you think you should be the idiot in the room? Do you think that you should make this analyst explain it in layman's terms? Do you think there's a chance that there's somebody else in the room that also doesn't understand? And is there somebody in the room, or maybe a bunch of people in the room, who are just too afraid to say they don't know? Don't be that person. Be the idiot. I can tell you, in my experience, I've been the idiot. And I have no problem with it. I have no regrets. Because the more you ask questions, and I'm not talking about just being silly and foolish and just asking questions for the sake of it. No. If you don't understand something, or if you have a feeling that maybe your team isn't understanding something, be the martyr. Be the one to look like an idiot. Be the one to ask the questions. As frustrating as this may be for the speaker or whoever is, delivering the presentation or telling you what the job needs to be or the client, you need to know the details. You want to know and understand what is being told to you. By you being the idiot, you're actually, you're kind of being the hero for your team. You're saying, I'm a leader. I'm in the position to make sure my team has everything they need, including information. And that information has to be broken down so that they all understand it. Now, sometimes people aren't very confident. And if you're a leader, I'm hoping that's something that you're working on, because you were chosen for a reason. But you need to have the confidence to say, I don't know. I don't understand. Can you please break it down a little further? Your team will give you the utmost respect, especially if they didn't understand what was going on. Because later you can go to your team and be like, oh, wow, I'm so glad we got to the bottom of what we're really supposed to do or what those numbers really mean for us. I would not be surprised if you had somebody in your team saying, oh, thank God you asked. Oh, I was so lost, but I didn't feel like being the one to make the team stay late. Because sometimes that's the other problem, is that when there's questions being asked, you may be afraid that some of your team are like, okay, enough. We got to go home. We got to move on. Listen, your job as a leader is to make sure everybody understands. After that, we worry about next projects and what we need to be moving on to. So, like I said, be the idiot in the room. Wear it like a badge of honor, because it does turn around to make you the hero. Like I said, this is an idea that came from Sinek. Great leadership, speaker, thought leader, whatever you will have. It seems like a cool guy. Not as cool as me, though. Anyways, I'm going to grab my coffee. I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.